What's up, everybody? Tom Fazio here. Going to do a bit of a reading for you from In Pursuit of Weightlessness. Overall, this book is about mind and body performance, but it is broken up in a way that you can use individual sections as resources to do a bit of a more focused deep dive on that thing. The chapter I'm going to read for you this time is looking at an aspect of mindfulness, right? It's not really a how-to or a follow-along. It's more of a reframe. And I wrote book 3 in Weightlessness the way that I did, which has a lot of personal stories and anecdotes, because I feel like a lot of the time when we are learning about meditation, we're either learning it philosophically, what it's for, what we should be doing with it, or we're practicing it in isolation, almost secluded from the types of things that we have to face every day. So from my experience, we don't see a lot of transference. So we practice our mindfulness or transcendental meditation in one area, and then we kind of cross our fingers and hope that it transfers. One of the unique things about weightlessness training, at least for me, is that I believe weightlessness training designs that transference as a matter of course. But regardless, one of the challenges is that a lot of times, somebody might go on a 10-day Vipassana retreat, or even spend a lot of time training in isolation, and then once they get back to their regular job or regular demands, it tends to fall apart pretty quick. The stresses return, the triggers act back up, and it's like they never went on it. They didn't develop the skill, right? They just kind of activated a meditative state of mind in a certain environment, but they didn't acquire the skill of meditation or applied meditation. So a lot of the stories in this part of the book are intended to give you maybe a unique look into what meditation might look like in a variety of circumstances. I tell a story where I'm homeless for a couple days in Florence. I tell a story where I took mushrooms for the first time, and I tell a story where I had an encounter with a Thai prostitute. Did not go all the way, but it was an encounter nonetheless. And the main premise, which I think this particular chapter, which is chapter 2 in book 3 of Weightlessness, is called Reviving the Dumpster Baby. And dumpster baby is a metaphor for any form of judgment. I'll circle back to this in the end to give it a little bit of qualification, because people have reached out to me and talked to me about this chapter. Some people misunderstand it still, and I take that on myself for not having been crystal clear, but I also don't think it's a very easy topic to really do well regardless. So let's get into a little bit here, and then I'll give some commentary toward the end. Ugly baby. Squidgy, pug-faced, little alien-looking baby. Gross. Gross little ugly baby. Gross face, gross baby face. Body seems normal, though. We've all been there. You've been invited to a party. Everyone is gathered around the carriage, oogling and poking, making funny baby noises and smiling sweetly. You're lured closer by all the excitement. There must be something killer in there. You nudge the father aside and push the mother to the ground and peer in at their little monster. You can't control the impulse to shriek and gasp. It takes you every ounce of self-control not to implore the parents to get rid of it. The father, after picking up his wife from the floor, says to you, "You look a little pale. Do you feel okay?" Yeah, but the thing is, It's okay," the father says. "Jerk," the mother spits out, scowling. "It's okay," he continues. "It took me a little time to adjust to, but that little bastard is mine, and I love him." He inches closer and puts his hand on your shoulder. Try not to think of the cuteness of other babies. Just look quietly. Don't judge. You take another look into the carriage, and rather than grab the poking stick to see what the baby's made of, you maintain a steady gaze. You breathe more deeply and let go. You scroll his features, starting with the obtrusive little pug nose. Kinda like a little pig nose, you note. Kinda cute. Its rosy red, soft little cheeks. Kinda like it's drunk or been slapped around a bit. Pretty cute, I guess. Its chin has 2 parts, though, a little bit like an evil villain's chin. Because of the puffy cheeks, it's not as menacing as a proper villain's, possibly even kinda cute. Its ears seem normal. No complaints. By the end, you can't help admitting that the baby is actually kinda lovely in its own way. There's no need to throw it out after all. Somebody fix me a vodka tonic, you cry out. Let's be honest with ourselves. Not all babies are cute. We've all seen a baby that looks like it's been beaten with the ugly stick. Our first impulse may be revulsion. The second, more socially correct impulse is to tell the parents how cute it is. With time, you see past the ugliness to the innocence. You see the beauty and uniqueness of the child. What you don't do, at least in the developed world, is throw it out because it reminds you of pure evil. Meditation is the practice of peering into the baby carriage of your experience and looking without judgment at the babies there. Some of them are lovely, and some of them are less than lovely. It's the practice of seeing all of them with a full, open, non-judgmental mind. In the practice of mindfulness meditation, which I'll define as a state of pre-intellectual awareness or a state of non-judgmental perception, we become increasingly sensitive and alive. What begins with innocent observation of your breath should naturally expand to envelop an array of sense experiences. Your motivation is to experience the present, all immediate happenings, much as you would an intimate, sympathetic relationship with a loved one, without judgment or rationalization. One should feel pain without judging it as bad, without needing to remove it. One should be sensitive to sights and sounds and sensations, even those normally considered annoying, without judging them. Are there horns honking in the distance? Don't wish for silence. Be with them, observe them, without being absorbed by them. Does your back ache? Feel it. Your ego will seek to define, to judge, possibly to eradicate or enhance. But the reality before you has no intrinsic value or connotation. It simply is. Meditation is not the discovery of peace through the removal of undesirable distractions, sensations, and discomforts. It is not the transcendence of pain by denying reality. It is an intimate relationship with your immediate, present experience in all its depth and wonder. It may at times mean you face physical pain and discomfort, unpleasant sights and sounds. Can you witness them, be with them as you would an innocent child or an ugly baby? For in those continuous moments of true, undivided life, before the mind judges and operates, there is a fullness and beauty that cannot be encapsulated in words. With practice, your sensory perceptions will become more pronounced and consciousness will expand to encompass multiple inputs at one time. You can feel the sensation of air slowly moving into your lungs, the pressure of the seat beneath you, the sunshine on your back, the leaves blowing in the wind. Rather than have each one of these sensations compete for your fullest attention to the exclusion of others, in mindfulness meditation, they all might exist in simultaneity. That is, of course, if your mind is not spontaneously pulled to one focal point or another, to internal thoughts or external sensations. Sitting quietly and innocently observing the present is tremendously challenging work. Should your mind wander from present sensations, sit patiently with whatever thought materializes. Observe it the same way you do your breath, the same way you would an ugly baby. Sit with it, poke it a little. Discover it innocently with an open heart. Do not forcibly draw your focus back to something you deem of higher worth, your breath, for example. This is akin to looking away from an ugly baby because the sight offends you. This may lead to observations and discoveries of self that are brutally honest, saddening, or shameful. Within these honesties, however, there lies genuine awareness and insight. With time and dedicated practice, an innocent mind full of peace, passion, and beauty will surface. The greatest challenge is to experience the mind's caprice, the spontaneous jumping from topic to topic, from observation to observation, without judging or condemning your thoughts, or the thoughts about the thoughts. Your thoughts, judgments, connotations, and intellectual operations on immediate experiences, for all intents and purposes, are ugly babies. Your thoughts about those thoughts are also ugly babies. When you chastise yourself for a lack of focus and awareness while meditating and try to forcefully cut off your tangential musings, this is an ugly baby too. When you rebuke yourself for criticizing yourself because there is nothing inherently wrong with a lack of focus, this too is an ugly baby. Over a lifetime of experience and education, we construct complex paradigms of the world and give everything a value. There is nothing inherently ugly or beautiful about a baby, just as there is nothing inherently delicious about chocolate cake or frightening about a clown. Our identities, constructed over a lifetime of experience, habit, and valuation, however, suggest otherwise. Seeing all things as good or bad, beautiful or ugly, practical or useless, is seeing the world as a reflection of yourself. This does not mean we condemn all thoughts that appear judgmental, or that your own reflection may not be damn good looking. Judgmental thoughts are still immediate experiences, in the same way that looking at an ugly baby is an immediate experience. With time, judgments dwindle, the mind becomes still, and the baby doesn't seem so bad. In the beginning, however, it is important that we don't throw the baby out and we don't judge our immediate experience and our spontaneous thoughts. A thought may be judgmental. Your attention may have left your breath, may have left all awareness of your body, and may have drifted to work or to a relationship. These thoughts, as spontaneous happenings, are your current reality. If you condemn them and force your mind to come back to your breath or come back to sitting quietly, you've thrown the baby in the dumpster. You've learned nothing about yourself. If, however, you are fully aware of the tangent your mind has taken and observe your mind as it is in the present moment, something profound happens. Those thoughts begin to lose their standard meaning and emotional impact. They become one more aspect of your immediate experience and full of life. Years of conditioning, your web of egotism unveils itself. The real you is revealed. You're free to see the present through the eyes of an innocent being, free from bias and egotistical preferences. The mind naturally becomes alive, still, and passionate again in the wake of letting go. The baby has been revived, oddly enough, without self-deceit or condemnation of the object of your attention, without the desire to see it as other than what it is. It is, in fact, beautiful. End of chapter. So if this excerpt from In Pursuit of Weightlessness, a rogue trainer's secrets to transforming the body, unburdening the mind, and living a passion-filled life has resonated with you, and you would like to read more or start a transformation journey of your own, you can pick up a copy of this on Amazon. I've got the link down in the description, along with the other 2 books in the Weightless Trilogy, if you so desire. I recommend this book for anybody interested in mind-body development or peak performance. It is a gritty, no-nonsense approach based in real-world experiences and science-based. It is not your run-of-the-mill self-help type of content. And over the years, one of the reasons I've decided to go and read a few chapters is because over the years I've gotten several emails from people that have told me the book has changed their lives and have given them insights and tools that they needed to move forward. So if I can help a few more people do that, that's all I'm after here. And with that, guys, until next time, be weightless.